travelers, Mag and I here on day 40 of our trip across the United States. Today we are starting our morning on the way through Amish Country. If I had to put a pin in the map and say the heart of Amish Country, I'm going to go ahead and say Berlin. As we were riding through the town, all we saw were little horse carts all the way through, people on bicycles, lots of Amish shops. It was a pretty cool stop. Today we've got about 200 miles to cover on our way into Columbus. I think most of it's going to be country miles, but we know that when we get to Columbus, we've got several good targets on our list, and in general are excited about the opportunity to explore the city. Canton yesterday made a good stopping place for our admin day. We're exactly halfway through the counties now. We've finished 44 of them. We're pretty much halfway through the pages. We've got 3 more days of Ohio ahead of us. The weather's great, the air is fresh, and the day is young. Let's see what exciting sights we have ahead of us. Come on.
Aichan is a Basenji Australian cattle herder mix, and when we find ourselves in front of cows, she seems to remember that cattle herder in her. It was a very quiet morning on the road. As expected, we passed an abundance of farmlands along the route. It really made for a beautiful drive throughout the whole day. In Mount Vernon, we discovered the Fountain of Dogs statue. 18 full-color dogs staring up at a golden bone. Too bad the fountain was turned off today. We came to Waldo in pursuit of a bologna sandwich virtual. No, you did not mishear me on that one. But it was the military display in front of the town hall that really caught our attention. And then at the fire department just down the road, we also discovered one of the original beams from the Twin Towers. We had several places we wanted to check out while we were in Delaware. The first of which is the Strand, one of the 10 longest operating movie theaters in the United States. I hope it can continue to hold on. We relocated just a short ways down the road to the Ohio Wesleyan University. We came to the campus in pursuit of the OWU webcam cache. There are not very many webcam caches left in the world, so we have to go after these whenever we see them on the map. The webcam cache requires geocachers to get to a particular location where they're in view of a webcam. Then to claim the find, you have to have a picture from the cam itself. I had a kick out of Marysville's claim to fame, where the grass is greener. I gotta tell you though, I had a real good look at this grass, and it's not always greener on the other side. In Milford Center, we came across Union County's first courthouse. This was actually the first frame building in Milford Center. Like so many other small towns in Ohio, Milford Center featured a tribute to its veterans. This particular monument was dedicated to the boys who fought in World War I. And just a very short ways down the road from there, they also have a Civil War monument marker. This one is dedicated to 39 local men who were killed during the war. We're closing in on Columbus now, only a couple stops between us and there. We arrived in Springfield and made our way to the Ferncliff Cemetery and Arboretum. In the middle of the grounds, you can find the Ferncliff War Memorial. This memorial features markers that remember wars that we have fought over the years, from the Civil War all the way to the Global War on Terror. Unfortunately, daylight was running out by the time we reached Columbus. There was a lot of places that we wanted to see, but not a lot of places that we had time to see while the light was still on our side. We did make it a point to come see this virtual lookout. This is a fantastic spot for the young and budding artist. They are both welcome and encouraged to come practice their graffiti skills on these blocks. So every time you come and visit, you're sure to be treated to a new sight. The thing that really stood out here though was how good some of these works of art really were. It is obvious there's some up-and-coming artists in this city, and I hope they continue to encourage this freedom of expression so that these young people can find themselves. From Lookout, we made our way directly over to the Capitol building. The light of the day was quickly fading away from us, and we wanted to make sure we still got here while we could get some quality shots of the grounds. One of my big goals in geocaching has been to visit each of the state capitals. There are only a handful of states where I've not already been to the Capitol building, and Columbus, Ohio is one of those. There are so many great pieces on display here, like these heavy artillery pieces that came from the Civil War. Of course, the most dominating piece is the William McKinley Monument. While not nearly as massive as the monument we visited yesterday in Canton, this was still an impressive piece. And he is centered, standing guard over the steps leading up to the Capitol building. On the south side of the building rests the Holocaust and Liberators Memorial. This monument pays tribute to the Ohio World War II veterans who helped to liberate thousands from the Nazi death camps in 1945.
Well, travelers, we made it to our destination, Columbus, the capital of Ohio. We covered about 230 miles today out of Canton, and we worked our way west across the state, and then we hooked back in toward Columbus once we got just past the west side of it. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna get back on the road fresh again. We've got another 250-ish miles to cover, and we've got 2 days left in the state of Ohio. We're having a pretty good time out here, but it looks like Indiana's coming up very soon in our future. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and stay tuned for more daily updates coming your way. We'll see you out on the trails.